ones, welcome back to another vlog and happy fall, y'all. This video I'm going to be decorating for fall, but also just living my life. And this morning we are getting our foundation repaired. We have two big cracks in our foundation that have been there since we moved in. We knew that they were there, but they started leaking within the past, like, I would say 6 months. And so we got a quote a couple months ago, and then we got on the schedule for this guy to fix the cracks. So he's at the house today. Finley's there with him. I got the little lady in the car with me, and I'm actually also doing a water test. We're getting some things done that like you should do every year, you know, and like checking in on some things and just getting the house really more prepared and ready for rain season, snow season, etc. But that all being said, if you buy a house and you especially live in a house with a well, like a dug or a drilled well, it's recommended to get your water tested every year or every 5 years for like a more intensive test. And when we got our inspection done on our house, they did one for us, of course, but since then, you know, it's been a year and I'm just wondering if there's any bacteria in the water that we should be aware of. I just feel like I'm more aware of these things now that I have a baby. I'm like, is everything okay? Is the bath water that she's in fine? You know, and in my head, I'm like, I know it's fine, but you can also just pay to test it. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm at the Department of Health today to drop off my test. And then right after this, we're going to our baby group for a tummy time extravaganza. That is the topic at hand today. So I'm very excited about that. But the Department of Health closes at 11:30. So I've literally had this test for like weeks, just being like, oh, I'll go next time I'm in town. But I'm never really in town at 11:30 or earlier than that. So it's just been hard to find the time. Anyway, I need to drop this off. Welcome to another vlog and let's get after it.
A few minutes later.
Okay, we're at our baby group and it's normally outside, but it's raining. And so we're doing it inside today. So let's see what it's like in there. I'm not gonna film it, but I'll let you know.
Later.
Okay, baby group was amazing. It was the most attended baby group that I've ever been to. There was at least like 20 parents there. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Sometimes like I try to sit and count, but then there's people like bouncing their baby or trying to, you know, shush them to sleep or whatever. So that's just an estimate, but it was poppin' and it was awesome. And she, while I was there, you know, it's very boob friendly. So I was trying to feed her, but she was not really having it. She was too distracted by her friends that were near her and all of the babies now that she's woken up more to the world, you know? And also she's just at that age where my lactation consultant was saying she won't want to miss a moment. So she was really just like, oh, what's happening? And kept popping off. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just feed you in the car. So I'm doing that now before we go home so that she can have a little nip and a nap on the way back. And I am starving. Normally we have like a little snack at the group and I felt like I was kind of grabbing a lot and I didn't want to take too much, but I am so starving because I only had my egg cups and coffee before I left, but I didn't have my granola. And if you're breastfeeding, you just know the hunger is insane. And it's been a couple of hours since I woke up. I mean, I woke up at 8 and it's 1. Oh my God, it's 1? I need to go home. Okay, I lied, I'm not going home. I have been thinking of, since my last vlog, that antique cupboard that was so gorgeous. It's from the 1900s. It's that distinctive decor and I just cannot stop thinking about it. It has a hefty price tag, but honestly, honey, I just feel like it would be incredible. I'm gonna go check out the storage on it and see if it would be good for my record player because my record collection right now is just like overflowing and I wanted Finley to build like a low table for it, but he just has so much other stuff. He's not really doing like passion projects right now, like side fun projects. He's more like doing stuff for the house to make it more livable. So I want a second bathroom before I want a record table from him. So I'm just gonna go and check out this cabinet and see. I showed it to him. I showed him like the vlog clip that I took of it in the last video and he was like, damn. That is sexy. I don't know how we'll get it in the house, but yeah, I like it too. So I'm gonna go swipe my card. With big purchases like this, I don't typically buy them unless I've been thinking about them for like over a week, and it's been over a week and I cannot stop thinking about the cupboard. So I'm gonna go, but also I came into town because I need food. So I'm gonna go to Amy's Cafe as well. Let's put her in the carrier and get shopping.
Many secret patties later.
Okay, a couple of updates. One, the antique store was closed today, even though it said that they were open online. This is just the case in rural places, but they just kind of make their own hours. Even if it's posted on, you know, Apple Maps or whatever, or Google Maps that they're open a certain time, time they're like, well, I might close today actually and only be open Thursday through Sunday. Yeah, make my own schedule. So what can you do? But I did get a tuna melt with kimchi, which sounds kind of weird, but it's incredible. If you ever come to Brattleboro, go to Amy's and get that if you like tuna salad. I think they also do it where you can just get like a kimchi melt too. I had my sandwich. I would have showed it to you, but I scarfed it down immediately. And then, okay, a couple of things. I have some random updates. When I was at the cafe, I heard these two ladies talking and I got a little bit triggered. And so I just want to say, can we just stop discussing people's bodies, especially in public? It's so weird. It's weird behavior, okay? And I think I got triggered just because I am postpartum, but they were talking about, I assume, like a relative of theirs. And it was like two friends meeting up and she was showing her friend photos of this pregnant lady. And she was like, yeah, and she was only 5 months pregnant in this. And she's so skinny, right? Like you can barely even tell that she has a bump. And the lady was like, yeah, she's just so petite, you can hardly tell. And I already in my head was like overhearing that and kind of cringing. But then the friend was like, how's she doing now postpartum? And she was like, oh, she's doing so good. She's lost almost all the weight. Like that is the number one thing that we should be caring about postpartum. Obviously, this hits home for me right now, just like trying to figure out my own journey postpartum with navigating, you know, my changing body, but just don't do that, okay? Anyway, I checked my P.O. box. I have a little package from one Emily Norton. And Emily, if you're watching this, shout out. I looked at the name and then I was like, I know who this is coming from. She came to Finley and I's little park meetup that we had at the Harris Hill ski jump area in March for Finley's album release. And she was so cool. And she lives very close to where I grew up. But she just happened to be up visiting the Northeast for family. And it was around the same time that we were doing our little park meetup thing. So she came with her husband. They were super cool. I feel like I'm talking about her a lot. Sorry if I'm invading your privacy online, Emily. I'm just trying to like make conversation while I attempt to open this with no scissors. I'm gonna need my keys. I gotta tell you, brother, that was tough with no scissors, okay? I think I might know what this might be. She told me she was into pottery making. Oh my God. Look at this. That is so cute. Is it a ring holder or is it an incense burner or is it a mini vase? It's too big for rings. Let me see if there's a note. There's more. Another one. Candlestick holders, I think. There's a note. Oh my God, and a photo. Holy shit. Multiple photos. I'm not gonna show you guys the photos just for her privacy, but it says, hey, congrats on the baby. I made these candlestick holders a couple months back for y'all, and I'm finally getting around to sending them. I've been learning how to throw on the wheel this past year, and I wanted to share the love. I was hoping these could serve as a reminder to take some time for yourselves and each other in the midst of adding beautiful baby Corvidia to your family, and I hope you enjoy them. It's looking like Jason and I will either be moving to the Northeast or Midwest around the end of the year. If we end up back in New England, we'd love to reconnect with you guys at some point. P.S. The candlesticks are 100% beeswax and the packing peanuts are biodegradable, made out of cornstarch. I tried licking one to see if it would melt. And it did. They were sent along with the candlesticks and I thought you'd appreciate them as much as I did. From your pals, Emily and Jason, and our perfect angel sweetie dog, Mabel. So cute. These are gorgeous. Look at the glaze on these too. So incredible. I didn't even see, but she also included some beeswax tapers. I should have pulled these out first. Anyway, this was an incredible gift. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Jason. And yes, if you move back up here, please freaking let me know. Also, I wanted to say on the note of taking time for ourselves, we have at-home date nights once a week and these little candles will be perfect for those on the table. Okay, now I have to go to the country store to the ATM and get money out because I saw on the way here a little roadside farm store vibe. You'll see these a lot in the Northeast, but just people selling like their farmed goods, too much produce that they have, and then they'll have a little like pay slot or metal thing that you can like safely put your money into. And I saw on the side of the road, it said, I think mums $10, but I want to get some mums and maybe some pumpkins for the porch. I've been tempted and I'm going to bite the apple. Also, I have a sleeping baby in the car, and that's why I continued to stay out and didn't just go home. I was hoping that she would fall asleep in the car because she's been fighting sleep the entire time that we've been out, and we left the house at like 10:30 and it's 2. She fell asleep at 1:45, so it was a big wake window, all right? And then I realized too, oh my God, if she falls asleep so close to home and then I immediately go home, she's probably gonna wake up because the foundation repairman is there and he is using loud tools. So the longer we can stay out of the house today, the better. But Finley will need the car back for his dad group that he goes to later. The parent group that I go to happens in the morning, and I think that the group started as a mom group, so it's still like mostly moms and birth parents, but now it's definitely more diverse because there's like queer couples who go, sometimes just dads who come. There's sometimes, you know, the dad and the mom will go, which is like what Finley and I were doing to start, but then he also goes to a dad group on the same day. So he was like, if I'm gonna pick one, I'm probably gonna go to the dad group, and I want him to have like a dad community, you know, around here. And it's been great for both of us just to like go and have our little groups. So if you have any baby groups around you, highly recommend going to them. It's just so great for babies to see other babies and interact with them and make friends, and for you guys, you know, as parents to be able to talk about like breastfeeding or formula feeding, or like, am I wearing my carrier properly? Or my baby's kind of spitting up a lot. Is that normal? And then today was like tummy time extravaganza. So we were talking about all of the things to do with tummy time and developing those kinds of skills. Anyway, I'll get off my baby tangent. I'm gonna go get money out. Look at these prices, people. $10 for mums, $10 for pumpkins, $2 for butternut squash, $5 for corn stalks. God, what do I even get? 4 mums, 1 giant pumpkin, secured. Do a little rough decorating the porch. Okay, this is a work in progress, people. Okay, Corvia and I actually stayed out for the perfect amount of time because as soon as I pulled into our driveway, the foundation repair guy was leaving. And he was supposed to be slotted for 2 days of work, but he finished all of the work in 1 day. Absolute legend. I will show it to you what he did to repair the 2 major foundation cracks that are just stinker. I'm gonna give him a day to air out and then I'll show you the work. Oh, she's being gurgle Gary. Finley just left for his group actually, and he's also going to get the first of the wood pellets for our wood pellet stove to burn throughout the season. And we're thinking about just ordering like a pallet of them for a few months and stuff, because we just store them down in the basement anyway, so it's not like they would just be like piled up in our living room or something like that. But we just have to figure out the best place to do that. I think that our local hardware store does sell them by the pallet, so we just have to figure that out, and then we would need a neighbor to come over and help us forklift. Again, this is why we need a tractor, because if we had a tractor, we could get a forklift attachment and take out the pallet ourselves. But no, no, no. No, 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 no. Oh, it's just such a big purchase. We've been really on the fence for a while, but I think this fall, early winter, we're gonna need to swipe our cards for the old tractor. Otherwise, we're gonna have to pay our neighbor to plow our driveway again, which isn't that expensive, but it's also like a cost, you know, and we would just use the tractor for so many things, and we need to get it anyway so that I can get my garden back in the new year. That's my goal for 2025. Anyway, just feeding my baby, hanging out, and I am also reading for spooky season book number 2 in the Housemaid series. Honestly, this one is a little bit cornier than the first. This series is a really easy read though if you're looking like for a mystery thriller to get you back into reading. I do recommend it. They are well written, but it's not anything like out of the ordinary vocabulary wise where you're like, wow, this writing is incredible. Top tier, truly. It's just a page turner. It keeps you on your toes, keeps you interested. People say in the vlogs they love hearing you talk, Corvidia. Yeah, a goo goo gaga. That's her new favorite noise. We've had a good day. I'm glad that I found all of those roadside things and that we'll get to start decorating, which honestly I could just do right now, but I've been out for a little bit. So I'm just gonna read, chill here. She has a lot of energy because she napped for like an hour, but we'll have to go get our fall decor boxes from the basement soon. I should have asked the old man to do it before he left. Fucking shit. Are you gonna read our book with us, Rue? You're giving the baby a couple kisses. That's very nice. We went to the library yesterday for story time. It was very pure. I took a couple of clips on my camera, but when we left, we checked out some books, one of them being a book for the season, Apples and Pumpkins. And this looks like mommy, doesn't it? And this looks like a chicken. Wow. Maybe one day we'll get chickens. You never know. Rue would probably like that. You'd probably like chasing them around in the yard. which would not be allowed. Okay, let's read our book.
One pathetic sob story later.
Y'all, we are in 4-month sleep regression territory with Corvidia, so I am merely a shell of myself today, but I still got myself looking all cute in a tumnel to fall decorate the house with you. But first, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Pair Eyewear. Y'all know I'm a glasses girly and have been for years, so if you're in the market for new frames, I highly suggest checking out Pair. I'm wearing their Quinn style in pink clear with the blue light filter, and check this out. If I want to switch up my look, bam! They have a magnetic top switching feature, so I got the Black Daisy if I want to wear a funkier frame for the day. I also rarely wear sunglasses because I don't have prescription ones since they're often so expensive. I typically just take off my regular glasses to wear them, so then it's like I'm sacrificing my vision for sun protection, but no longer. I also got Pair's black sun tops and the wood grain tops to wear depending on the vibe. So seriously, if you're in the market for some new glasses, Pair Eyewear is super affordable and they have so many different varieties, from their regular frames to their magnetic top switching frames. I guarantee you can find something you like. So if you want to check them out, you can click the link in the description box and use code Meghan15 for 15% off your first pair. It's super rainy out today. It's just a gloomy old Vermont day. But you can see some yellows and some reds changing in the forest over there. And this guy, come on. Incredible leaf changing. Finley brought up all my fall decor bins for me last night, and we are going to get to decorating probably mainly this space, if I'm being honest. Just like the kitchen and dining room areas. Last year I decorated way more of the wing because we used to be sleeping back here, but now we're sleeping upstairs in our bedroom. And I honestly don't really come in here very often anymore because it's really a renovation zone for the new bathroom. Speaking of renovation zone, there's a bunch of random drywall right here piled up because when you step into the wing, it's already so chaotic and cluttered. But I'm gonna get to work on kind of just sorting through some decorations before I put them out. But while I do that, I'm gonna show you some footage of Finley prepping some insulation in the unfinished upstairs of the wing so that when we turn on our wood pellet stove that he got pellets for last night, the heat won't just be like blowing through the roof like it was last year. So I'm gonna include some quick footage of that now.
Fall has come quickly upon us, so trying to prep for when we're gonna have to turn some heat on. Up here, we got like this wall pretty quite well insulated, and then the ceiling above me not insulated at all, and then these other 3 walls are mostly not insulated. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take from this huge pile of insulation behind me, just spread it out across the floor, similar to when you have kind of a gabled attic above a living space, such as we have above the bedroom. You know, there all the insulation is just on, you know, the floor. It's not actually a livable or finishable space up there, but you know, on what would be the floor is where all the insulation is, and then it's uninsulated in the eaves of the gable. Anyways, that's vented in a different way. Venting your attic is something I still don't completely understand, but this should hopefully be fine. I'm just gonna spread this out as much as I can spread it out, and then if I can't cover the floor with that, which I probably won't be able to, I'll probably take some down from the walls to put on the floor. And then over here, this I have a big cutout for the stairs coming up. I think I will try to probably screw in a little lip there so that I can put some foam board up and over sort of and just, you know, seal that off a little bit. But before anything, I'm going to vacuum up here because it's absolutely disgusting. So I'll probably just kind of show a couple steps along the way, but I'm not going to film too much of this because it shouldn't be that crazy to watch. I mean, wow. That's looking pretty good. From what it was, at least. An improvement is what I was looking for. So I'd call that a success. Maybe I'll set up this camera. Who doesn't love a little time lapse of me just spreading this disgusting insulation over the floor?
I got Mrs. No Nap on me now. And I'm wearing my little Solly baby wrap in this beautiful pattern. I saw this carrier. I said, honey, I have to have that. I love wrap carriers so much just for like my own shoulder and back comfort. But structured carriers are also really convenient just for when I'm out in town and can just put it on really fast with like 3 clips. You know, the wrap carriers can be a little bit more tedious and take a little bit more time to get on. But once you get the hang of it, it's like, it's easy. I can get it on in like a minute now. But yeah, I love this pattern. I was wearing a cute little fall fit, which you can still kind of see sunflowers and various things. I got my acorn earrings. I got my brown little indigo Luna pants on, and I'm wearing mushroom socks. But now half of my outfit is compromised by a baby, but at least I got this cute carrier on too. Anyway, let's make a cute fall tablescape. Okay, this is basically just what I had before, but with my little table runner, tiny table runner. It's more of a table cushion, let's be honest, underneath. But I need to add some more pizzazz onto here. I also need to move my ugly tripod so it's not polluting the shot. All right, folks, this is what we're working with. I'm just gonna show you the after because it was really hard to film a time lapse of me decorating with the baby on me and not get her face in it. But this is basically what's going on the prep station front. Got this little cutie pie wicker kind of braided pumpkin. My glass pumpkin. This actually used to be a candle from Lit & Co. candles. And then I just cleaned it out and now it's like this candy jar that I'll probably fill with candy eventually. I just gotta get some bulk candy. I'll let you out in a second there, little lady. My fruit fly trap is finally working. And then I got some produce and things in there. Over here, this is definitely what I'm most proud of. But the thing I would say I'm probably going to change is this. There's just something about her. You know what I mean? She doesn't belong there, but this is really incredible. This table, we got my scarecrow couple. Most of my decor is thrifted, except this little sign I know I got from Joanne Fabrics back in the day. And then we got our candlesticks from Emily and some of my various, you know, salt and pepper collection hogs are out here. The rest of my salt and pepper shaker collection is in different places around the house. And then my dahlia bouquet is really thriving. Same with the sunflowers. So keeping that for as long as it's surviving, obviously. And then over here, Rue really likes hanging out here in front of this sliding door. But I have these little fake blooms that are actually from our Renaissance Fair rehearsal dinner. They're just giant yellow fake flowers. But I really need to kind of bulk it out with more stuff if I'm gonna do some kind of a floor bouquet. It just needs to be larger and more in charge, you know? And then we're just keeping the mushroom shelf mushroomy, except do you see one little character addition? Yep, my little gnome fellow. That's actually from my old wedding planner, Katie, shout out. She gave that to me last year, I think, when we were still in Virginia. And then we have some fellows sitting on the stairs, but I'm probably gonna relocate her. I forget her name. Let's just call her Chrysanthemum. She needs to be relocated either to the papasan chair in the living room, I think, or the rocking chair upstairs in our room. But I feel like if I'm gonna rock the baby, I would just have to like move Chrysanthemum every time I wanna get in there. So I don't know about keeping her here on the stairs. I mean, we do have a large staircase. It's not like we really even have to step around her. So maybe I will leave her here. Who knows? But I love this gal. I got her thrifting as well, and she has like the most amazing apron dress situation. I just love her. I love how giant she is. And then I have our little turkey Tom up here on the stairs as well, which it feels a little early to be decorating with turkeys and Thanksgiving things because it's September, not November, but I'm probably just gonna keep him there. And then we actually have our jacket collection kind of piled back here on this second dining table because the jacket collection used to be where the second bathroom is going. And we don't really use this table very often. The previous owner left this table and the benches behind, and maybe eventually we'll move this like outside or something, but I'm just kind of decorating with some jack-o'-lanterns on here. And then I also have a little friend on my Lazy Susan here, very cute, and another friend behind the sink. Also this little guy by the microwave. Okay, if you can hear that, Finley's watching a football game in the other room, and I'm going to do a very late night workout. And when I say very late night, I mean 10 p.m. because it's really like the only time now that I can find with a baby to work out once she goes to sleep. And I just bring the monitor down here with me and get my workout on. And if you guys remember, about like a year ago, really when I was living in Virginia, I was using this workout app called Copilot. And since then they've changed their name actually to Trainwell, but I'm using that app again again, and I have been for like a month. And I'm working with my same trainer, Erin, and it's been totally wicked. Just really doing like rehab on the old body. Trying to correct my posture. I just realized I was completely slouching over, and just like restoring my core and whatnot. So I'm gonna do a little 30-minute workout. It's been so long since I filmed a workout for a vlog. I'm feeling a little shy.
Let's practice connection breaths. Breathe from your lungs down to your pelvis.
Hi, Larry. Hi.
That's time. Up next is 45 seconds of bench over swimmer.
Why are you in the baby's tummy time, Jim? You're not the baby, Roof. Stretch it up. You think you're the baby? You're just a great workout buddy. Sure. Success. Done by 10:30.
The next morning.
Guten Tag and good morning. Look at my giant overflowing cup of joe. Someone told me recently that they miss my morning vlog shots of me pouring my coffee, and I would just like to say I miss them too. But now Finley brings me my coffee in bed, which is better than getting a morning vlog shot of me pouring my own coffee. Right? We had a much better night of sleep last night, thank God. I have a few things I want to get done today. I want to put out our fall sign because we make, well, not we, Finley, makes seasonal signs for our property. And the first one he ever made, you guys know, if you've been watching me since 2018, I think it was, he made this little like pumpkin and it says it's fall, y'all. And so I want to put that out and take down the summer sign. And then I might go get a couple groceries if I have time, but probably not. I don't think I need anything for dinner tonight. Tonight is our at-home date night, and I should probably just use whatever ingredients we have here at the house. I'm trying to just do a once a week grocery shop, not be like, maybe I should go twice a week, just get a couple things while I'm in town. You know what I mean? It's like, let's just limit it. I also have to shower at some point today, and she's being a massive chiller right now, so I'm kind of like, maybe I should just shower right now. Finley brought her back up to feed, but she's not really interested. She's more interested in her feet. I feel like I had one other thing I was supposed to do today, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it now. Oh, if I was gonna go in to get groceries, I was gonna go and check at the antique store and see if I can pick up the cupboard, because I actually called the antique store just making sure that they still have the, like, you know, antique cabinet there, and she said that they do, and they'll keep it on hold for me until Sunday. So we need to figure out how we are going to go get that. I think we might need our friends to come help us. All hands on deck. It is a large item. But since it's on hold, I mean, no rush on that. We could do that tomorrow or the next day. And then on Monday, I just realized we're going to my Grammy's house so she can meet her first great-grandchild. So exciting. Anyway, that's what's up with us this weekend. And maybe we'll do some landscaping or yard work or something like that. I'm trying to just think of all of the stuff that we have to get done before fall and winter, and it's a lot, but we're kind of slowly chipping away at it right now. And I'm really happy that we got the insulation laid down, and we have a chimney sweep coming to service all of our chimneys in like a month or something, just to make sure that they're all swept out, looking good and clean and functioning properly. But we may need to burn the pellet stove before then, and they told us, like, if we do burn before then, just to not burn for 24 hours before the chimney sweep comes, obviously, so that it's nice and safe. But I'll look at my little to-do list. I feel like I'm really missing something that we should be doing, and I can't think of what it is. Anyway, this is a really long clip. Okay, I adjusted some of my camera settings this morning, so I'm trying to see in this shot if it's good or shaky. I mean, obviously you're stabilized right now, but I just feel like my shots have been so shaky lately. Half because if I'm filming in one hand, sometimes I have Corvidia in my other arm, and then I'm trying to like counterbalance the weight, and I feel like it's shaky because of that. But also I just feel like something's different with my settings. And it's been interesting, to say the least, sharing a camera with Finley, because sometimes I think he accidentally changes settings and doesn't realize that he's doing it. So I reset my camera settings this morning and I'm just trying to see if it's a little bit better. I feel like there's a delay in me moving my limbs and what they're doing. Anyway, I just took an everything shower. Corvidia's napping. Finley is putting out our fall sign and I'm doing my skincare routine. Speaking of skincare routines, I just recently started dry brushing my body because postpartum has made my skin so dry. It's unbelievable. So I just feel like getting off some of that like dry skin has been helpful for me. A lot of the dry brushes though are made out of boar hair. So instead of that, I just got one from Eco Tools that's like bamboo and probably plastic bristles, let's be honest. So it's like, is this better than using boar hair? For me, personally, yes. But hey, do whatever you want. Rue is triggered because Finley keeps going up and down the driveway on the lawnmower. Okay, I need to turn off the camera. She's not stopping her yapping. Switching out our CO2 and smoke alarm above the bed. My man. The other one, when Finley was out of town in that vlog where I filmed and said that, you know, the humidifier sent it up, or like set it off or whatever. It was broken from that point on and beeping for days on end. It was crazy. It would not stop beeping. Okay, I'm wearing fun clips in my hair to keep my bangs out of my face. I don't want to hear anything about it if you don't like how it looks, okay? I'm also wearing one of my favorite dresses. This is from Doen, but now that I'm breastfeeding, I don't know how to like get my tit out, you know? It's like, so much of my wardrobe. I want to wear it, but I just don't know if it's gonna be feasible. Anyway, I'm gonna do an unboxing of something very exciting. I have been in the market for a butter dish for, I'd say, over a year now. I was using a Butterbell for a little bit, but then I found that the Butterbell was making my butter a little bit moldy because of like the water aspect, and that wasn't very fun. So, some of you who are antique and vintage collectors, you may have noticed on my mushroom shelf that I collect some pieces of the Mary Mushroom collection. They're from the 1970s. Sears used to sell them, and the entire set is like insanely large. And I was thinking the other day, I was like, I've been looking for a butter dish for freaking forever. I wonder if there's a Mary Mushroom butter dish. Turns out there is, and it was for sale on eBay. And hey, don't ask me how much I paid for it, but I did get her, okay? And I said, treat yourself for fall. Treat yourself 2011. Treat yourself 2024. Jesus, they really wrapped this bad boy up. They didn't want to get damaged in transit, which I appreciate. This thing's double bubbled. There it is, the little stamp tag. Okay, so this is what the butter goes on. Duh, let's open the cover. Here it is. Holy shit, it's even better than I imagined. You think this is good? Look at this part. Whoo, sheesh. Oh my God. Original Mary Mushroom butter dish. I am elated. I can't even possibly describe to you the level of joy that this has created in my life. Now, I can take my stupid butter that's just been sitting out on here and I can protect it inside of this gorgeous antique butter dish. Wow. I mean, it's the little things in life. Today I realized I actually have the perfect place for chrysanthemum. Well, I know it's your chair, but you're too small to fit in a high chair right now. And Dad's coming back. He's just going to get more pellets. She looks better in here than I could have ever imagined. Okay, I think we can all agree this is the best that my kitchen has looked since moving in here. I moved the fake flower bouquet over there by the cleaning closet. I moved the scarecrow into the window, and she looks better there than she did on top of the shelf. We got chrysanthemum sitting in the high chair, reserving it until Corvidia's big enough. But wow, y'all, I am loving this. I love fall. I also forgot to say that I put this cornucopia on the prep station yesterday, and I feel like making fall dishes here and then taking photos of them with like the cornucopia in the back, it's gonna be really satisfying for me. So I'm loving it, y'all. Okay, slight change of plans. I'm going to pick up Finley from the mechanic because he was just driving the truck to go pick up another pallet of wood stove pellets, and he said that the check engine light came on and it felt like it was driving really weird, so he just drove it straight to the mechanic, and I need to go and rescue him because the truck's probably gonna need to stay overnight for an emergency visit. What's the story with old Bertha?
He said it's a misfire. He seemed confident.
Maybe we won't be able to get the cabinet this weekend. All right, folks, this is what I like to call a postpartum dressing crisis. Y'all see where my boobs are? They're half under here. Y'all see where the panel is? It ends here, okay? My boob ends here. Problem, do you think all stupid idiots order an extra small when they're not pregnant in a cute little dress like this and then regret it later, or just me? Because, look, this is not a rip, this is the zipper, and I just had Finley try to zip me up, and it's not really working out, honey. I know you got the hiccups, and those are so annoying. Anyway, I really like this dress. I want to wear it to my friend's wedding because we're going to a wedding in October, and it's disco themed, and they have lots of like funky little dresses with fun prints on their mood board on their wedding website, and all the guys are supposed to wear like, yeah, fun colored suits and bolo ties. And Finley has this really fun bolo tie to match with his navy suit. I'm just gonna show it to you. And you know what? I just have to say, life is so easy for men going to weddings. They just throw on a cute little suit that they wear to every wedding. But no, not for me. I gotta work with a bunch of different dresses and figure out which one suits the vibe best. But Finley is wearing his navy blue suit and then this bolo tie that he actually got at the Brattleboro Farmers Market here from like a local ceramic artist. So then he'll have his navy suit, that on, and then like his fun floral funky shirt. So I need to match his freak. I wanted to wear this and then my hot red caliente cowgirl boots, but now I'm like my fucking life because what the hell, you know? My boobs have grown twice the size and they were already enormous, you know? Sure, this fit me when my boobs were an H, but it's not gonna fit me when they're an IJKLMNOP, and they're past that point, you know what I mean? They're like slammed down right now. Not to mention, the wedding, no kids allowed, so I'm going to have to be pumping because my boobs are gonna be filled with milk, so then they're gonna get even more engorged. So this is just not gonna work, but I really like this vibe, so I'm gonna look up this dress in the brand and then see if I can get it in like an extra large for the melons. Because it would be so fun for like their disco funky fun theme. I'm telling you, getting dressed postpartum, it is a feat. We're gonna go make a TikTok salad recipe I saw. I'm trying not to spiral about the dress situation. I literally can't find that pepper floral dress anywhere online, so flop. Okay, for this salad, you're going to need honey or sugar. Don't mind my various jars on the floor. I'm gonna use those for dinner. A bunch of kale, extra virgin olive oil, lemon juice, Dijon mustard, red pepper flakes, feta, red onion. I'm using pickled red onion because it's easier on the old tummy for me. Parsley, a garlic clove, salt and pepper, and a can of chickpeas. And I'm following this recipe from Ambitious Kitchen, but I'm just gonna kind of wing it. Oh, also couscous. I just made the couscous. There she is. I need to fluff her with a fork.
What I think they're saying when they say, I feel like I've lost my identity, you were once a single person in the world, having your friendships, interacting with people, fulfilling your basic duties that in a very profound sense tell you who you are, these relations and the duties that are bound to those relations. I think that is essentially what makes up an identity. But anyway, by cutting yourself off from that, you kind of find yourself in a position where you have to make it up almost. The role of mother is providing something for that. I mean, you have a whole new set of duties, but you know, one little person is insufficient. One little person does not necessarily constitute a community. And so I think that that is the lack and the loss that a lot of modern women are grieving in their motherhood.
I mean, we know how the essay is made in women.
I mean, I kind of feel like women's worlds were one of the primary casualties of industrialization, and that we have not quite recovered from those losses.
It's very often assumed on the left, and in some feminist circles particularly, that motherhood is in some sense degrading, that women are stepping down, you know, when they become mothers. And you said no, it's the opposite. It's an astonishingly challenging, aspirational, and beautiful ideal that we have to try and meet.
An amazing opportunity to not give in to fear, but to let your fear tell you something about reality. reality and about your own potential. And also to be leaders, to really, really express leadership in the world. You know, if there is no community, if you're somewhere where there is no community of mothers that you can rely on, you have to, this sounds so trite, but it's so true. You have to be the change that you want to see in the world.
Okay, I did the juice of a whole lemon in here, cut up like probably under a tablespoon of parsley, garlic, cloves, salt and pepper, and then just some olive oil and like a teaspoon or so of Dijon mustard, and that's gonna be my dressing. Everything else I just like roughly chopped and put in my salad bowl. You can see her here. All right, I mixed this bad boy up. Let's try it. Should probably use a fork. Now I will try to complete the feat of not dropping any of this on my sleeping baby's head. I failed. It's good. I'm gonna have this for the rest of the week in like a Tupperware in the fridge, but I wouldn't say it's anything to write home about. The cucumber salad, on the other hand, that I made in the last video, that was fucking good. This might just need more dressing. Okay, I'm pretty sure I said this earlier, but tonight is our at-home date night, so I'm probably gonna end this vlog off here. I'm trying to get better about making a little bit shorter vlogs and just uploading them a little more frequently. And I have a lot of things that I want to film during fall, so making them each, you know, its own separate little vlog is preferable to me, because then you guys just get more content more frequently, honey. Don't quote me on that, but I'm trying. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed basking in the beginnings of fall with me, and I will see you in my next vlog. All right, when I'm not on here, you can find me on Patreon, and I will see you in my next video. Stay smiling.